Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, but now I'm back and I will be showing you how I built this terrarium here. So let's get right into the action. Okay guys, so this is what we're working with today. This is a Terra terrarium measuring 45 by 45 by 45 centimeters. I was a bit too fast with the modifications, so I've already started to cut some glass, and this will just be for the power head here, so I can access it easily to for maintenance and such. But I will show you all of the other steps in this process, and we're gonna start with the water feature here. And I will start by cutting the pieces to the correct measurements, and then I will show you the next step. Okay guys, so now I have fitted all the pieces together, and this is no rocket science. You just have to have it line up somewhat. Obviously test the pump so that it can manage to pump up the water all the way to the top. But other than that, there's not really anything you need to think about. It's okay to not use these types of access points if you have a reliable pump. These aquarelle pumps really don't need service for many years, but if you have the time, you should definitely consider it, because if something happens, it's a lot easier to maintain. And also, you're gonna want to have a end cap on this piece here. Now I don't have one at the moment, so I will just plug it with some random stuff, and let's see if it holds up. Also, you could just angle it so that the tip is higher, so that the water doesn't run out. I can also modify it with another bend and make it point up so that there's no way water can, or so that the water prioritizes the lower holes, which I will drill here in a moment. And that's the next step, so I will be doing that now. Okay, so I've drilled some holes, and now you can hopefully see what I'm planning. This is just to visualize how this will look. I have these overflow boxes, which are just bird feeders, I think. I got them at the pet store. I will slightly modify them, cut off this part here and remove the metal back there. But as you can see, water will flow in this pipe through the air hose here and down to the overflow box. And what this will accomplish is a much calmer flow. So I will now in the next step place these in key locations. I want to incorporate them in natural places in the wood so that they flow nicely. So that will be a next step. And obviously I've picked out these pieces very carefully and tested them already. I will dry fit them in the scape so that you can get an idea of what I'm planning here. So see you in a bit. Okay guys, I'm back. This step actually took a lot longer than I expected, but now I'm finally happy with the wood pieces. They didn't really want to cooperate and they didn't fit the way I had hoped. But I'm also very happy with this scape. It's supposed to be viewed from this side and this side, and these filter foam sponges are just used to prop the pieces up, which helps with just placing them correctly. I also used tape in key locations to also aid with this. And I've started to install the overflow boxes. It's just silicone, and you just put them against the glass and they will stick. I'll just show you quickly how this works. Just a nice dab of silicone, then you can just smear it around against the glass. And I think I want to have a little waterfall back here at this glass panel. So I will try to do it while filming, but that might be a bit difficult. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna turn off the camera because I don't wanna all the pieces of wood to go everywhere. As I said, it took a long time to get it looking the way I wanted to, so I'm gonna put down the camera for now, but I'll be back soon. Okay guys, so I messed up a bit. So obviously before you silicone the overflows, you want to connect the tube to them, and I forgot to do so. So I had to remove this thing back here and connect the tube to it. It's really difficult to get your hands in there otherwise when you're working with these types of tight spaces. And I also wanted to lock down the wood pieces. It looks very bad right now, but a lot of the foam will be removed to make it look nice. And I will then do the back panels, which will also be a bit intricate and difficult, but I think I will just fill in this whole area back here with foam. I will think of something. Mistakes happen, and you just kind of have to work around them. But overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. There's still a lot of work to do. I will be foaming all of the background here. And I also forgot to talk about this netting here. That's basically just to so that I'm able to attach the foam later. The foam can't just attach to nothing, obviously. So I just put some netting here to make it stick. But I will be back tomorrow, and when the foam has cured, and then I will do the background and connect the boxes to the pump here. I don't want to mess around anymore because I've got enough wet silicone and wet foam on me at the moment, so it's a lot easier to just wait until tomorrow and then fix it when it has cured. So see you tomorrow. Okay guys, so this is the next day. I've managed to connect the pieces, and I'm starting to foam the rest of the background. But before I do so, I will show you what I did with the with the overflow boxes here. So I just connected all the hoses like this into the boxes, and they will flow down there basically. And I also put some silicone to hold them in place. That's probably not necessary, but you know, when you have this much silicone at hand, there's no need not to use it basically. And so that's the progress of right now. Also, if you are having troubles fitting the hoses inside of the tubes, you just use a pair of scissors to slightly expand it and try again. That really works for me. So now the next step is to continue to foam the background. This scape here will be very difficult to carve, but that's tomorrow's problem. So let's get to foaming. Okay, so I have now spray foamed the background here, and I made sure to use a lot of spray foam because you can always remove it. I find it easier this way. It's a very cheap product and takes a long time to cure, so you might as well add a bit extra. But most of this will be carved away, and it doesn't look nice right now, but when I add the background material, it will improve it a lot, obviously. But I'll be back once I've carved this thing here. Okay guys, so I've let the expanded foam cure, and then I've carved it to my preference. Unfortunately, I ran out of expanding foam. I wanted to have a little bit more here to make it look more realistic, but I think I can make it work with just some filter sponges, so that won't be too much of a problem. So the plan now is to start with the waterfalls, and also I want to put something around here so that the lid covers up this part, because I don't want any animals getting back here, obviously. And yes, I think I will be starting my work on that now. I'm first going to place some sponges here so that you cannot see the glass here. You could also put expanding foam, but as I explained, I don't have any more of that. If I can manage to do it, I will do it with the foam, or yeah, with the foam mats, but otherwise you will have to buy more expanding foam. But see you in a bit. Okay, so this is the progress after one tube of silicone, and I think it's pretty reasonable to use one tube at a time, or otherwise the silicone will start to dry and so on. So I recommend dumping out one tube and then covering it with whatever substrate you want. And also I like to play around with different textures. So here we have aquarium gravel, and then the background is a mix of like orchid bark, like a nutrient-rich substrate, some moss, and some peat, I think, or cocoa fiber. Yeah, cocoa fiber, I think it is. And you want to go over it and then pat it down thoroughly, otherwise it won't stick properly. So that's really important. After you put some silicone out, then you put the substrate over it, and then you really make sure to push it down so that it sticks. So that's really important. Also, I put some filter sponges on top of the water outlets here, and let's see if that works. There's also this kind of textile here, and that's a very absorbent thingy that I will plant moss on. And yeah, this is the progress so far. Also, a hot tip is to use dry moss on places where you kind of want to cover up large areas. It's a really easy way, so I recommend that. And also, here is the view from this panel. I'm very pleased with how it looks so far. This is always the most satisfying step, because this is when you really see the scape, how it will turn out. And yeah, I will continue on the last bit back there. There's not that much left. I will just go around and patch things up where I see that I've missed spots, but the vast majority of the work is done, and I'm very pleased with it. But see you when I've done the whole background. Okay, it's done. I would recommend using gloves if you don't want your hands looking like this. Absolutely impossible to get off. But yeah, that's besides the point. I've tried using gloves, but it's just not my thing, so I'll have to look dirty for a couple of days. But anyways, I think I'm done so far. This is how it looks from this side. I would have to clean the glass and remove some more debris, and also test the waterfalls. But I just wanna have it sit for a couple of days so that the silicone dries completely, and then I will see how the waterfalls look. This textile here that I talked about before is really useful for directing water flow. So if I want to have the water, for example, coming down here, I can easily do that, and also down here. Yeah, let's just see how it flows when the background has dried, and yeah, I will come back to you when that has happened. So yeah. Okay, guys, So as you can hear, the waterfalls are now flowing. And all of the waterfalls did work, which is great. If you don't have a strong enough pump, sometimes only the lower waterfalls work. But since I drilled all the holes at an equal level, that reduces that risk a lot. And I can give you a peek back here of how it looks. You can see the pump down there. Looks like there's a slight hole there that is pulling the water out this way, but that doesn't really matter. The waterfalls are flowing nicely, and we can track it on the back side like this. See, here is one of the boxes, and then there's another box there, another box there. And I'm really happy with how this compartment here turned out. I haven't done any of these before, and I hope that no animals can get in here. Hopefully the lid is good enough to keep them out of this compartment. But that can be fixed if it wouldn't work. And I will return to the other side. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this build turned out. And I will show it to you when it's completely planted and it has some substrate as well. But first I want to show you more of this fabric down here. This is just a piece that I cut out, and as you can see, it's very useful to direct water flow. For example, this branch here, if I remove this piece, the water will not run as far down the branch. And you can just cut to a good size. I obviously want to show as much of the wood as possible, but I'm planning to put mosses there, so it will get covered anyways. But for example, I can show how it will look like up here. Like for example, if I were to want to have water coming down this branch as well, I can just place it like so. And we should start seeing some water flowing. This needs to be angled a bit better. Okay, there we go. So if you want to do these types of builds with a lot of water features, it's a really nice tool to be able to direct the flow in the right direction. So yeah, I think that's it for this little update here. I will return when I got it planted. So see you in a bit. Alrighty, so this is actually the 5th time I think I've tried to record this, because I record it and then I forget about it for a couple of months, and then I realize, oh shit, I never edited it. And yeah, it has been a long process, but yeah, I'm filming it again because the plants have grown and it looks a lot nicer now than the last time I filmed it, so I figured let's just film it again. And before the frogs decide to disappear, this is one of my Pena Blancas, the auratus Pena Blanca. And yeah, they're really special auratus, I think. They don't look like any of the other morphs. Mine are actually not that neatly colored. I've seen ones that are entirely white. I'm still hoping that maybe with maturity they continue to get a bit whiter instead of this grayish color. But there's a great variety in the patterns and in the coloration overall. I really like the wide patterns of this one. So I'm hoping for more of that, or that the others turn out like that. But let's go over the scape a bit. Let's start off here, because here's the kind of the drip wall, waterfall, or whatever you want to call it. It's a bit difficult to film, but it looks really nice in person. Oh, there's another auratus there. And I have it dripping from up there, and the moss is growing really great. I also have a couple of nice bromeliads. I think this is called like Wild Tiger. I really like the the patterning in the leaves. And I have some other bromeliads up there, and there's one far back there as well, but it could be difficult to see. But anyways, this plant here is a type of begonia, and another begonia there, that's the begonia prismatocarpa. Don't really remember the name of this one. And then I have another really nice begonia. This is the begonia amphoxis, I think. Really nice plant. And then some Syngonium rai. They get these really nice dark leaves with the white stripe, really nice. And then there's a type of Anthurium hybrid that I will show when I show it from the other side. And then in the foreground here we have a hydrocotyle Lecucephala, I think. Yeah, Lecucephala, I think, yeah. And yeah, it's looking a bit sad right now because I haven't been fertilizing as much recently, but it's really cool when it spreads to the land section. It really kind of binds the two sections together. And I really like, now there's a lot of glare of course, but in person it's I think it's really nice to have a sand foreground rather than a like leca balls or whatever type of substrate you're using. I really like that it slopes down and it creates some depth to the background. So I'm overall really happy with it. Let's view it from the other side. Yeah, I know there's a lot of water spots of course, but you get the idea. It's nice to see it from this side, but I'm not using RO water all of the time when I'm just spraying, so I get these calcium stains. So that's too bad, but it's really annoying to make RO water, and I just use it for my for the misting system. And yeah, I think that's it for the scape. There are a couple of other plants, but nothing that has really worth pointing out. But I think I'm pretty happy with the plant choices. I have some really fine-leaved mosses, and then some slightly larger leaves here with the different varieties of begonia, and then of course the a bit larger with the bromeliads, and then the large Anthurium hybrid there. And I think it's really nice textures, colors, and yeah, I'm overall very happy with it. And I think the frogs are happy with it too. And I will show you what I got going on up here. Ta-da! We got some eggs, and these are fertile and developing. I saw them moving earlier. There's in total 6 of them, so I'm really happy about that. Hopefully I will get some ones that are a bit more white in color. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I also figured that I might as well do a little update on this terrarium as well. It has grown in really nicely, and I still have my now it jumped away, but I still have my group of Ranitomea oakari, the gold leg variety, and also some Dendrobates auratus el cope, and they're doing real great. I've gotten a lot of eggs from the Ranitomeas, but none of them have been fertile yet, which sucks. And if anyone knows any tips there, I would greatly appreciate it. They've laid eggs like 6 times, maybe 10 times, and nothing has developed yet. And I do supplement them with like vitamin A and everything. So I think I'm doing something right with the vitamins at least, because my other eggs from the bottles that I showed earlier, they have developed, so I don't really know what's the problem. If I need to get some more adults, and because some of them might not be able to produce viable eggs or whatever, but they're like almost 2 years old at this point. I kind of want to show some frogs before I sign off. Oh, I found them. There they are. And actually this little guy in the front decided to escape 2 days ago. But I managed to catch her, I think, again. But they are, at least, like, they usually just sit around. They're not that flighty at all. So I got really surprised that it jumped out. But it was fairly easy to catch. It went underneath the bench that the terrarium stands on, so it was a pain in the ass to get out. But they're really slow, and they just kind of stroll along. So it was fairly easy to put back in again. So yeah, that's the update of this larger terrarium. I have some really exciting updates coming in the future as well. I'm building a large kind of rack system where I will be putting 4 60 by 45 by 60 extra Terra terrariums, and I will be swapping these out. I don't really like the sliding doors, and I also want to get it more neatly looking, more cohesive look. I don't like that I have different kind of models and everything. So I will be having 4 new builds coming soon. So stay tuned for that.